Hello. Anybody who's watching this, welcome to my reaction to Deus Ex review. Stop Globalist trademark, Tase Children trademark. What a great trademark to have. And of course, Seth would have one of those. Um, gonna, I'm gonna say sorry in advance. I feel like I have a fever or something like that. I even turned off my fan, and I feel cold anyway. It's like I don't know, chills, but chills feels like a not a word that would be used for kind of a symptom of a disease, you know? But I have like a weird cold feeling, like you have it with fever, so I might have both. I don't know. Anyway, back to the video. The only Deus Ex I've ever played was Human Revolution, and I've never beat that one. I played it twice, got maybe through 1/3 on the first playthrough, maybe like half on the second one. Not my type of game. I'm not saying like it's a bad game. It's not for me. From the first Deus Ex that this probably is, I've only seen screenshots, I think. Maybe some like not a full video, but kind of like a GIF or like a very short thing to see the animation, how the character moves, and that's about it. So I'm eager to find out what's gonna happen in the very first Deus Ex game. Something so good that the series is still kind of alive, because Mankind Divided came out and something after that, DLC or like a smaller game, I don't remember. So let's see what that's gonna be. Now, if you have a video for me to react to, you can use the donation link in the description below or use the comment section. If you enjoyed this low energy, low quality, sick content, not like sick, I can't angle it properly for the camera. Anyway, not like sick, rad, no, like disease and stuff. Then subscribe. What is my life? Let's start.
Hey people, Seth here. Today, I will be covering an older game that, at the time, was considered the best conspiracy simulator on the market, Deus Ex. Looking back now, it was a scarily accurate prediction of a future. Despite being made a full year before the 9/11 attacks, Deus Ex depicted our world in 30 years as an authoritarian dystopia. In other words, they were 30 years off. In this bleak future, there's only the super wealthy and the super fucking poor. The only food available is candy bars and soybeans. The only safe drinking water is orange soda, and 10 packs of cigarettes are now strong enough to kill you instantly. For this reason, secondhand smoking is now the preferred method of postnatal abortion. Or, if you care about the environment and want a more eco-friendly solution, you can also try jabbing your ungrateful spawn with a cattle prod, then put them up for adoption in the ocean. Deus Ex is an amazing game, and I'm glad people pushed me to replay it. You appreciate it more in your man-child years. Anyway, plot. You play as JC Denton. The JC stands for
Jesus Christ, Denton.
You're one of 2 nano-augmented brothers trained from a young age to be elite agents of UNATCO, the United Nations Anti-Terror Coalition, which was founded after terrorists bombed the Statue of Liberty. And as expected, everybody thinks it was an inside job to justify increased surveillance and create a supranational entity that could operate outside and above the jurisdiction of individual countries. This is nonsense. The true purpose of UNATCO is to protect you and all free citizens of the world from terror, a war on terror, if you will. Your job is to investigate, arrest, and kill terrorists across the world, but not talk to them, because that's how they get you. They get in your head. They start making you ask funny questions, and before you know it, bang! You're a liberal. If you shoot on sight and follow orders without question, you'll go far in UNATCO. Also, the world is suffering an outbreak of infectious disease called the Grey Death, and the only cure for it is a vaccine called ambrosia.
Infectious disease, eh? The video from 2018. Okay.
Well, it's not really a vaccine. A vaccine would treat you, not temporarily halt progression for 48 hours. Did I mention there's not enough vaccine to go around, but just enough to make sure the most important members of our society get it? Namely, bureaucrats, politicians, and any person with wealth and influence. That's quite a coincidence. isn't it? But don't think on it too much. That's
body.
for philosophers. Don't be one of those Greek homos. Problem is, these terrorist groups keep stealing shipments of ambrosia. And Lord forbid, if ambrosia gets into the hands of a poor, I'm gonna have a stroke. It's not a pretty world, JC, but we all gotta make sacrifices. Some more than others. A lot more than others. Anyway, I won't spoil too much. Some more than others. A lot. More than others. Anyway, I won't spoil too much of the story for you, but let's just say that in Deus Ex, the ruling elite control all of the banking, communications, and biotech industries. They were
Sounds exactly as it is now.
all in a happy agreement, exploit and steal from everybody else. It was harmony. It was peace.
Sounds like Russia.
Then, one of them said, "We have an incurable virus. Why the fuck do we need the rest of you?" And now, they are no longer in a happy agreement. Every secret society, the Illuminati, the Bilderbergs, the Rothschilds, the Bogdanovs, Wu-Tang Clan, they're all in complete turmoil. And it's all a grand conspiracy for control of the modern world, for enacting a new world order. Unfortunately, you're caught up in the middle of all this, and like it or not, your choices and actions will shape the world.
Don't think I won't report this.
For better or worse.
By the way,
I've seen that from somewhere.
stay out of the ladies' restroom. That kind of activity embarrasses the agency more than it does you.
She actually did told. Wow. Did told. She did tell on you. I'm tired and sick.
Gameplay. It's very good. There's a fuck ton of controls, but they're very good controls. In case you have lost your keyboard since the last video, I recommend getting a new one. The UI records absolutely everything. It's fantastic. You can even add your own notes. Skills are self-explanatory, and as intelligent gamers, you will receive no explanation. Throughout the game, you get assigned to missions from UNATCO, but each location is pretty open, forcing you to investigate and fulfill side objectives in order to progress the main story. You get rewarded for exploration constantly, so there's no reason not to do it. Strangely, the NPCs of Deus Ex have a habit of dropping iPads everywhere containing their banking details and not changing their recovery passwords. Throughout my playthrough, I have encountered not a single person who gives a shit about their financial well-being, leading me to believe that NPCs in this game are actually quite realistic depictions of people living in the first world.
So mirrors don't work in the game properly. Oh my god, I'm so yawny. I actually don't yawn that much when I want to go to sleep. So it weirds me out every time. Anyway, the mirrors don't work properly because when he was holding the gun, his reflection just was standing there. So it doesn't track what he's doing, it just tracks his position. And it's probably not even a mirror, it's just a guy. I mean, the same model as you walking there.
Let's talk about setting. Most of your missions send you out to cities. Then, you head back to the UNATCO base on Liberty Island. It's actually really nice to visit UNATCO headquarters in between missions. This is pretty much your home. You can talk with your boys, break into closets, hack everyone's computer, and get sexual harassment charges from HR.
I've already reported you once.
UNATCO. We only recruit the best of the best to keep you safe.
Did that rumor just explode?
As Denton, you can use different tools to meet your objectives, depending on whether you want a loud or stealthy entrance, a trigger-happy or non-lethal solution. At the start of the game, you can even choose a starting weapon. Of course, the only correct option is the GEP gun for silent takedowns. You can equip yourself with whatever you can get your hands on. Some examples are cattle prods, pepper sprays, and Chinese nanoblades that refold themselves 1,000 times each second, just to flex on the Japanese. You get most of your weaponry by stealing shit from other people. You are a bionic superhuman. They can't stop you. Sometimes you'll be forced to pay for certain items or services. This is rarely a problem, since you can get most of your credits by hacking ATM machines.
It's like, this part is more like Watch Dogs, but you don't find it randomly on the street, which makes more sense. You just hack like the personal info.
In Deus Ex isn't so much about speed.
Actually,
It's about
I like
waiting
that
in a
part.
corner for your aiming reticle to shrink small enough to actually hit your targets. Without training, this takes about a year. With training, this still takes about a year. For this reason, the stealthy approach is much more satisfying. You peek out behind corners, and then you shoot people with tranquilizer darts, and then you run away as they scream and pass out.
By the way, did you see what happened to the soldier we sent into the statue? He turned up unconscious.
No, sir. Friendly fire?
Not so friendly, I'm afraid. I have...
So the top, like your boss, doesn't know what you're doing. Just doing it by yourself.
opened an investigation.
Or I missed by who you're doing this, but sorry about that.
Dismissed.
Just be careful, because sound travels in this game, and if you accidentally drop a soy packet on the ground, the seismic tremors it creates will set off every alarm on the level. For more lethal solutions, you could just
That's
use a
a
gun,
great system.
but what's the fun in that? As a nano-augmented god, you can crush people by the sheer weight of your thighs. JC
Well, if Mario could do that, you can do it too.
Thick Denton fills his victims with terror in their last breathing moments. There's plenty of other augmentations you can install, which take up mutually exclusive slots on the body. No
That's
matter what
cool.
you pick, they're all pretty useful, and upgrading
I don't think I like the system that was in Human Revolution. I kind of like that one where you can choose the part of your body you want to upgrade and has a couple slots. I can't remember what is in Human Revolution. I think it's just like a talent system. No, not a talent system, it's to make more like a talent tree. It's just like you get points and you spend them on whatever you want from the list. Is that what that is? I don't remember.
them only makes their powers more ridiculous. Throughout the story, you go to a variety of locations and speak to a huge number of people. Even unimportant side characters usually have several lines each, and the dialogue itself is fantastic.
I heard that he was a frequent visitor to this compound. Do you know him?
The Romanos
hell is on
party
his arm?
caused the Guilos.
JC's perpetual autism also adds to the mood of the game. He's so deadpan and emotionless that he turns serious conversation into unintentional black comedy.
I never asked for this.
Oh my God, Daddy!
What a shame.
He can't really be... There must be something we can do.
He was a good man. What a rotten way to die.
As the story develops,
That looks like anti-material rifle. I saw it for a split second, but like the end of it looked like it. And got shot through the head. You cannot do shit, lady. I'm sorry. What a shame.
and UNATCO gradually gets infiltrated by clandestine organizations,
That's
you
like
can uncover a lot more
cracked
about
out
the plot
domino.
by being inquisitive. There's a huge fuck ton of lore spread throughout minor characters, computer terminals, newspapers, and books. As you learn more, you can start putting the pieces together, find out who's pulling the strings, and practice your Latin.
fuck?
Also, this game predicted...
I've seen them multiple times in different like people's videos for the laughs and giggles. Who the fuck are they? What are they doing? Look like he tried to be a chin DJ? What?
nuclear war
Whatever.
between India and Pakistan.
Don't answer
They're
me.
only 1 year
I
away
don't
from
wanna
becoming
know.
a superpower.
Let it be an enigma.
Lord help us all. Real talk, searching carefully and reading everything pays off big. It can even let you completely bypass some of the hardest fights in the game. By modern standards, Deus Ex has the graphical fidelity of blurry vintage pornography, but it is completely functional. However, if it's still an eyesore for you, you can try GMDX or the Deus Ex revision mod. They both make it very pretty. The sound design is great. Everything sounds clear and crisp, which makes the world
Is he
feel
already
genuine
using it or
and
not?
authentic.
Are you sure you pressed the
Which
right
you gonna
button?
shout a bit?
I do not make mistakes of that kind.
Your hand might have slipped.
Because if this is how the original game looks like, it's not too bad. It didn't age that horribly for a like what 2000s game. He said the year before 9/11, so 2000. So it didn't age that bad. But if it's with mods, I guess there's an engine limitation, but that would make also sense that it doesn't look too bad.
No, I wanted orange. It gave me lemon lime.
The machine would not make a mistake.
It's the maintenance man. He knows I like orange.
So you think the staff has some kind of plot?
Yes, they do that on purpose.
The music tracks are nice too.
Kind of plot?
Yes, they do that on purpose.
That line remind me of jazz punk. Well, I think a homeless man in jazz punk? Jesus
The
Christ.
music tracks are nice too. I sometimes keep the UNATCO conversation theme playing when I'm calling with the shareholders.
Want big giant cocks.
Deus Ex is wonderful, and it doesn't take too long to finish.
No,
it may
thank you.
very well be the definition
next
of a
time.
perfect game. I give it an excellent, out of however many children I tased during my playthrough.
My dad says you can't get anywhere if you can't keep a secret.
So please, give it a shot.
It is a
It's
secret
very
kid.
cheap, and it still goes on sale from time to time. It's not for everyone. And by that I mean, if you are an illiterate, subhuman troglodyte, and you've somehow managed to evade the special needs wrangler long enough to watch this video, well, firstly, that's actually very impressive, good job, but you
Thank you.
might not enjoy this game as much. But if you are capable of having an attention span, you'll find a plot that captivates you from start to finish, with moral and ethical questions raised that leave you in a slightly higher state of being. Of course, Deus Ex takes a very extreme view of the future, but you must remember that with each day we do not question or challenge our leaders, extreme becomes absurd, absurd
With each
becomes
day we
implausible, and
Go
implausible
further from
becomes
God.
reality.
Stray? Stray further from God?
What is it, mister? I'm really hungry.
You don't look that bad. Tell me what you know about the NSF.
I knew it. Someday the NSF is going to win, and I'm gonna give them your description with your stupid shades, and they're gonna kick your ass.
As always, more videos to come, so stay tuned.
That
He'll also be
child's
much
voice
more
actor is
upbeat.
better.
Don't worry. A warm thanks to the
Oh,
many
damn.
members of the Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos.
That
You're
child's
all
voice actor
truly
was kind of
wonderful. Have a good
better
one.
than the main character. More emotional, not better. Better is a harsh word. Okay, no, I can't record after this. I'm gonna try to go to sleep. God damn it. I don't feel good at all. I don't know if it's a vaccine or is it a normal thing. It's been kind of on and off with fever and stuff. Mostly only fever. Kind of allergic reaction happened on the hand, but the pill helped. I'm not really allergic to stuff, so I was a bit weird. Anyway, I'm talking out of my ass now, so I guess I'll say a few words about the game. I'm not a illiterate troglodyte and whatever he said, but I'm not gonna play it just because I'm not that interested in Deus Ex games. Especially like if I couldn't play the more or less critically acclaimed versions, not versions, just games, I probably won't enjoy this one. Actually, that might be not true. I'd rather play like Fallout 1 and 2 instead of Fallout 76. But I feel like that's must be how people call Fallout 1 and 2 shit. Anyway, that's besides the point. I enjoy like this review. I think is a good one because he shows a lot of the game and talks a lot about the game, but he doesn't spoil, at least not the very end of the game. So if you want to know, you'll have to either play through it or watch somebody else play through it. It's very cool because I think in some of his reviews he does just go through the entire game, but probably because he thinks that nobody's gonna play it anyway. Like if it's something very obscure, like that, like Unrailed. Maybe he didn't even spoil the ending of that, but he did go through a lot of story in the review. Anyway, thank you anybody who watched me being sick. I appreciate it a lot and I hope to see you next time. Subscribe for more low energy, low quality content. I probably will not be sick in the next video. I don't know which order the video is gonna come out in, but yes, thank you again and goodbye. Have a great life, because one of us has to.